You always hear of rappers beefing with each other, but have you ever heard of producers beefing with each other? I bet you haven't. Let me put you on game. So this beef is between two legendary producers, okay, Appietus and Jayso. Can you believe that? Now pay attention, because this is probably going to be the only evidence of this beef that you will see anywhere. In fact, this video might actually get deleted or taken down. I'll explain that in a minute. Now, I know everyone knows Appietus, but if you don't know Jayso, he produced some of the most iconic Sarkodie songs, including Boga Boga and Layaway. And even in 2012, he and Sarkodie dropped a joint EP, which featured some very popular songs like Pizza and Burger, Let Them Know, and I'm in Love with Your Girlfriend. Now, if you still don't know these songs and who Jayso is, then I don't know what to tell you. Now, back to the story of the beef. Jayso used to have this thing that he does. Every year on his birthday, Jayso will drop an EP or an album, entitle it 0106 because he was born on the 1st of June. He started doing this in 2016, and the last time he did this was in 2021. Now, if you are a rap fan or a hip-hop fan and you have never listened to any of the tapes in this series, I suggest you do so right this moment, or wait, right after you finish watching this video. Now, on the very first edition of this series that he was doing, that is 0106 Volume 1, there is a song on there titled Freestyle 06, and he featured Akan, who now goes by Pure Akan. Now, I want you to pay close attention to this part of the song.
GH rapper with a name on the shelves, and they told me that I wouldn't make it this far. Appietus, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Oh, the impudence, should have played your role, boy. Oh, you ain't feeling my instruments? Well, that's funny, you stole my beat and I kept it on the low, boy. But that's an old choice and this is new rules, I admit it. You was on the roll, boy, but your old boy should have told you. Never criticize a dope, boy.
Now, you have to understand, even though Jayso was making all these claims, there was very little context. I remember me and my boys were listening to the song like, what beat is Jayso talking about? What beat did Appietus steal? Now, Appietus never responded to this, even though we were waiting because we wanted to find out what exactly was going on. And the song too did not make enough waves to force Appietus to respond. And it's probably why you never heard of this beef, because not many people heard this song. Now, that was the last anyone ever heard of this beef until 4 years later, when Jayso went on a segment on YFM called the Soundboy Sessions. Now, this happened on the 12th of September 2020. This was where Jayso provided a little bit more context into whatever went on between him and Appietus. The story was that when Jayso had just started out producing music and making beats, he had made this one beat and sent it to Appietus because obviously he used to look up to him and wanted to work with him. But Appietus took one listen to the beat and said, and you have to understand, for a young producer coming up at that time, to hear your idol say that to you, Charlie, it will break your heart. And fast forward, Jayso was there one day, Tiny dropped the new song. This song right here, Akwe Polo, produced by none other than Appietus. And according to Jayso, the beat for this song is exactly the same beat he had sent to Appietus. The one that he sent to him now, it's exactly the same beat that he added a little bit of 1212B and added his signature on it, Appietus, in the mix, and gave it to Tiny to record as Appietus' own production. Charlie, when I hear Jayso and Kasena Befili, if it were to be you, naturally Jayso was furious at this and he confronted Appietus. Do you know what Appietus said? Appietus told Jayso to listen to the song and his beats and compare and see if they were similar. No wonder Jayso said, oh, the impudence, Drake Bessier, the nerve, the audacity. Now, I seem to remember Appietus coming out to say something to this, but I can't exactly recall what it was. And before making this video, I searched from the top to the bottom of the internet to try and find evidence to back up all these things that I'm saying. But it's been 2 days now, and Charlie, it seems as if they have squashed their beef backstage and decided to pull down every last piece of evidence that this beef ever happened. It was actually weighing down on my conscience whether or not to make this video. I was feeling guilty that if it is true that they went through all this effort to erase evidence of their beef, then it wouldn't make sense for me to be making this video at all. But then this song still exists on all DSPs. So I just went ahead and did the video because this song is still evidence of their beef. So if you don't see this video anymore, that means your friend is deleting or no. Now, ultimately, Jayso had to let go of the issue because he was just starting out then, and Appietus was this incredibly successful producer. It was pointless to even pursue the matter. And that's why Jayso said Appietus was on a roll, because indeed he was, producing hits after hits. But let me leave it up to you guys though. Listen to the song. And judge for yourself. You know how Appietus instrumentals sound like. And you know how Jayso instrumentals sound like, especially from that era. And compare whether it sounds like a Jayso production or an Appietus production. Do you know Jayso also had beef with Beef Obona? That's also an interesting story. If you want me to make a video on that, let me know in the comments.